Good freaking morning, my friends. Today we are gonna hopefully completely wire up the FK8 with our Haltech, with the Haltech Dash, running the Elite 2500. We have the K-tuned race engine harness. We have all sorts of stuff to get installed on this car that we unboxed yesterday in yesterday's video, so go check that out. We have a lot of progress to make today, but before we do, the latest of Austin Apparel drop is now live, and I want to show you guys all of the products that we're dropping. So give me like a minute of your time. We have this curved bill hat, we have this flat bill hat, one hoodie in black, build the car you've always dreamed of on the back side, and on the front side of Austin Apparel. That same exact design in two t-shirts, a black one, and then this maroon or the cardinal one that I'm wearing right now. And then we have one more banger t-shirt design. This is the Godless Fast Cars V2. Here's the back side, the front side, got that in black. And we have this same t-shirt in white as well. We are dropping the Don't Let Your Friends Drive Lame Cars air fresheners. We also have a Just Boost It jet tag. First link down in the description box below. The drop's only live for 24 hours. Every order over $150 here in the domestic United States does qualify for free shipping. The first 20 orders placed today will receive a free Lawson windshield banner. As always, I really appreciate you guys' support. It helps me build these cars, and not only that, it's the highest quality automotive-based apparel in the game. If you haven't tried it out, I'd appreciate it if you did. If not, I do appreciate you guys just supporting by watching these videos. Alrighty, let's get started and pick up where we left off yesterday. So here is the dash we're running. This is the IC7 from Haltech. We have all that sorted. That's very simple. It just plugs right into the Elite 2500. We have the adapter harness, and then this guy here is the K-tuned harness. So two of those wires off the K-tuned harness plug right into there. So that's all sorted out. This here is the C101 plug, and all the wires on this plug are as follows. We have 20 pinouts. Some of them are blank. So we have reverse lights power, VSS signal, which would be vehicle speed sensor signal, radiator fan switch, power for AFS relay and sensors, air fuel sensors and relays, AFS heater control, red, yellow for AFS. And then we have power for injectors and sensors, AFS heater power. There's a ton of wires on here for the AFS, which, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, and I need to confirm this, but we don't need any of that because that is all for the factory air fuel sensors that, of course, we're not going to be using on this car. We have a black white wire which is a starter wire. We have a low oil pressure indicator wire, which I don't care to use because we'll just have an actual pressure sensor, an AFS plus, and then power for coils and sensors. So if I'm not mistaken, the only wires we need to figure out are going to be the reverse lights, reverse light power, the VSS, radiator fan, power for injectors, the starter wire, and the power for coils and sensors. So we have a handful of wires to figure out. What I need to do is get a diagram of the FK8 itself, figure out the wires on that car, and then we should just be able to connect them, I think, and we're done. I ain't never done anything like this before. It's just all very new to me, but just like anything else in life, we will figure it out eventually, whether it's today or whether it's 5 years down the road. I decided I'm gonna do this the easy way. My buddy is an expert with Haltech stuff, so he's gonna pop by, take a look at this, and kind of guide me through on exactly what we need to do. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out, because it's gotta be done anyway, I'm gonna pull out the factory cluster and see what we need to do to build ourselves a mount for this guy to mount in the dash. It's gotta be nice, it's gotta be clean. This interior is such a disaster right now. Oh my gosh. Shit everywhere. We got the parts out. This is it's gonna be a tricky one. We have the Haltech sitting up in here, so I think no matter what, these bars right there are going to kind of like cut off the buttons a little bit, which I don't think it's a big deal. We can just reach up in there and go bam, hit the button. I think the easiest route, I'm gonna make a block off plate for this side, block off plate for this hole. I want the Haltech sitting like so, and we just got to build the mount to make it sit like that. So I don't think it's gonna be all that big of a deal, because if those are blocked off and I was just chilling like that, I think we'd be in business. So I went and picked up the thinnest ABS plastic that I could find. I'm gonna trim this out to the exact shape of that hole right there, and we can glue it on. I went ahead and got the first block off plate installed. So it turned out very, very nice. Let me show you guys how I did it. Here's the plate itself. That is gonna be epoxied on the backside right there. The epoxy I'm using is the Norton Speed Grip Panel Bond urethane structural, I cannot say that word ever, adhesive. We have both of the block off plates installed. Looks factory. Now we need to build some brackets for the dash, the IC7 itself.
Oh shit, you built that. But it doesn't mount up.
Where does it? In the dash.
I fucking hate.
So this guy should mount right to the factory hole. Let's see how good we are. Yep, she will. Let me get her screwed in, and then we have to build the bottom mount as well. That is where she's gonna sit. Here is what we ended up with for the brackets. That mounts to a factory location. We're gonna have to do a little hole for that one, but let's go see how it all works together. If it looks janky, we're gonna have to figure something out, but I think it's gonna look pretty nice. I wouldn't say it's the cleanest thing in the world, but for now that is definitely gonna do the trick. I hope one day someone makes a nice IC7 dash mount for FK8. Or if you know someone that could actually make one, hit me up. Or if you can make one, hit me up. Not bad. Now we need to get back to wiring. So here is kind of where we're at right now. Brian came over last night. We spent a bunch of time trying to figure out wiring on this car. I want everything on the inside to be factory. The problem is the factory FK8, as you guys know, has an immobilizer. So I don't know if we need to bypass that or somehow integrate that in to work with the Haltech system. But what we've been working on, as you can see, is a giant mess in here. We've been trying to get, all we're trying to do right now is get power to the starter wire. So this is the trigger wire for the starter. Of course, the actual starter wire itself, that just connects right to the battery, so that's easy. But this guy right here, as far as we know, this comes out of the fuse box into this little junction box here, pops out of there, and this is the starter wire. This is removed off of the factory harness, but for some reason, and I'm guessing it is an immobilizer issue, no matter what we do, this guy will not get 12 volts. So what I have here is full diagram from the starter switch, goes to the body control module, which on this car would be the interior fuse box. Comes out of that, clutch pedal switch. On auto, it'll go to the trans, so on and so forth. So I'm hoping that I can use this diagram to figure out exactly what we're missing or what's not grounded or whatever the case may be, to where we cannot get power out of the starter trigger wire. Time for a little update. Now I cannot take credit for this idea. Shout out to Chris from Ranch Built for the help on this. He is the one who sent over the wiring diagrams. So we are gonna do a little bypass, I guess you'd call it. Here is the starter circuit board. Now if you come down here, there's a light blue wire and a pink wire. What we found is that if you ground both of those wires, then that will trigger the starter trigger wire. So what we're gonna do, this is how this is gonna work. You're gonna turn on the ignition on the car, it's gonna power everything, and then unfortunately we're gonna have to have well, I guess it's not a big deal, so unfortunately or fortunately, don't really care. You're gonna have to hit the switch, and that's gonna start the car. And I think the reason for that is because, of course, the car is CAN bus, and maybe in the future we can figure it out to where we don't have to use the separate starter switch. But for now, that is how it's gonna have to work, which is not a big deal. I'm fine with that. I will most likely just put that, Jesus, almost died. I'll most likely just put that switch like right here or right there by the Haltech dash somewhere. I'm glad we got that figured out. That was the main thing that we were struggling with. Now that that's sorted, we can move on to actually getting the Haltech wired in. Where we left off with this is this plug-in right here, the C101. I need to figure out, and I'm pretty sure I have it figured out, to where we only need 2 wires off of this plug-in. Do a burnout! We're taking a quick break from working on the Type R because we got to work on this pile. You're making me mount these.
I think we all can agree those are hideous. Definitely hideous.
Yes.
So we got those.
I got one mounted and I didn't fuck the wheel up. So that's a plus.
That is a plus. The other ones I think are going to be a little stretched.
The rears?
Yeah.
You're stretching tires on a Lambo?
I don't want to, but they didn't make another size. It's 325s on a 12.5. What's the millimeter square footage?
Let's just mount the bitch. You'll be good to go.
Okay. Anyone want to jack this one up?
A little nerve-wracking mounting Lamborghini wheels, but watch the quarter panel rip off. Good Lord. Racer. What's this, Willis?
Oh, thick boy.
Here, Josh. You saw me do it 3 times.
No, there is no way.
Come on,
I will
Jimmy.
fuck this up.
It's easy.
I tune cars. I don't put tires on.
You don't tune tires?
I don't tune tires.
All right. I thought it was fucked up. What am I?
Just gonna put it on without any.
Yeah.
That's how confident you were. You were setting me up for failure.
I was. There. Now we can get her on. First try. Bam.
You should work that discount tire.
I should. Think they'd hire me?
I think they would.
Oof. Big Performante boy. That looks way better. So, the Lamborghini's done. Josh asked me by not letting me know what harness that I need.
I definitely did.
He did. Wait,
I remember now.
that you texted me that I need it?
That it didn't. No, I texted you and I forgot a key point.
We can't do wiring on this car until I get this very specific harness, which I don't really know the harness.
It's kind of like a chassis specific harness. It's the lead that comes off to go to your chassis harness.
But
and
it comes off and goes into the Haltech though.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that you only had 2 plugs and then it kind of clicked because, yeah.
Damn.
That's why you couldn't turn on your cluster. So
That makes sense. But we got the starter wire situated. That's all done. But now what we're gonna do is test fit cool shit.
yeah.
A turbo manifold with a turbo. And I was talking to Ranch Built earlier, Chris from Ranch Built, who's smart. And he said they could extend it if need be, but we may not need to. So we're gonna test fit it. We should mock this up on the Lamborghini.
Good.
You think it'd fit?
I think it would fit.
So this is a manifold. Damn!
You need to learn how to weld like that.
I fucking do. I don't even want to touch it with my bare hands.
No, why are you touching my bare hands? Gotta get gloves on.
Are you shitting me? Is that actually what you do?
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. Josh wears gloves for everything.
And my lady, when I'm fucking 90, I still got a finger left. What? That's
should-
true. You're gonna, with those things, are you kidding me? You're gonna have nubs. Oh, you already got a nub.
I cut it with a cutoff wheel the
This
other
is
day.
a nub.
I didn't know nub.
They're
But
so swollen, no wonder why you're trying to inflate your fingers.
anyways, this is a sidewinder manifold from who, Josh?
Good old buddy, old pals. Ski
Yes.
Factory.
Correct. And this is nice. We got a problem.
Big problem.
I have a gate, but I don't think the gate's gonna fit. So let's test fit the gate. Josh is grabbing, is that a 6.4?
6.4.
This car's gonna get
I
us,
got one man turbo here.
come on now.
You got it all fucking clocked. Are you trying to put your charge pipe out your hood like this?
Yep, that's what I was gonna do.
I think you should mount it like that.
I should.
You might want to buy a comp turbo.
So,
You would have so much room for your exhaust. I'm not even joking. You can put a duct in for your hood.
all right, let's loosen that old girl.
Why'd you smoke this one so fast?
There's this guy that tunes my cars that just forces the wastegates closed and smokes every turbo I own. You heard the FP Black earlier. She's
Oh,
singing.
6.4. Couldn't sing anymore. It's on all of it.
The problem is it was on a Subaru. I want to put this
No.
noisy turbo on a Honda, or if it was on an Evo, it'd be good. What?
I disagree.
You know every Precision makes noise. Yours are just so big you can't hear them, and your stupid exhaust is like at the fender so you can't hear it.
No,
I swear.
all your builds make noise. Mine doesn't make noise.
Yeah, because they don't run.
Whatever, they run.
Nuh-uh.
Not all of them.
What about that Hyper Blue I blew up that you never told anyone about?
Damn. That one's in the corner.
Did he ever tell him about me blowing up your car?
Nope. I didn't even talk about that thing. She went in part out mode for a Lamborghini.
I blew up Josh's car.
Maybe Maybe you could learn how to shift.
Hey, Jimmy. What?
You actually grabbed a gear in that one is the sad part.
I can grab a gear in that thing, but not my sequential. It's kind of sad. Okay, we got old girl loose.
Huh. Is she loose? Ooh, yeah, that sounds mighty fine.
So we want her like, what, yonder? Probably not yonder, probably like that. That looks nice.
That does look nice. It looks like you might run into an issue if you're Phil.
That's what literally, it's fucking made for this damn car. I can rotate it.
Then perfect.
So that's not a problem.
Downpipe, you could definitely make go down, but the booster,
That's been the problem the whole frickin' time, Josh.
that's a problem.
So what if, hear me out.
Hearing you out.
What if they take this, extend it out to like here?
Correct, you could.
Would that be inefficient?
No, I mean, extending it there isn't really going to change spool time. You gotta think it's not very far. The thing is just to make sure the runners are going to stay equal as they can be. Which I would bet those runners are not actually equal length because most sidewinders aren't anyways. But yes, you could definitely put it there.
Like there.
Yeah, 100% could put it like that.
Why'd you squeak? Put it like that.
I'm losing my voice. No. I would put it more straight. You want it all cockeyed like that? You want to make it
care.
Siamese like the builders of the cars?
Come on, Jimmy. There goes my core support.
We know that thing's $1 million.
It is.
Why don't you put it on your shelf?
I didn't want to dent my shelf. So you're saying like that?
More straight, dude.
Like that?
I don't know. You're in the way. I can't tell. I gotta get a frontal view. Now aim the front up a little bit. Ooh, yeah, that's a good spot.
But yeah, come look at what they gotta do with
Yeah, then they're fucked on that. You gotta angle it. That looks gay.
How is that?
But that would look. Well, here, I'll hold it.
I don't care how it
Every
looks.
Honda boy is gonna like it like this. Here, take that.
Is that how it should be?
I mean, that's how you were holding it.
That looks
That's not bad.
that's perfect.
Literally, because then it clears their booster, everything. You could put that gate on the bottom.
I was gonna say, could we put
Rotate the gate on the bottom.
Okay. Now hold it there.
You could literally, I say you could put a block off on that gate spot and extend that and just put an extension on it, but that'd be kind of, that's cheating the system.
Yeah, that's cheap. You want to see something cool, Josh? Here we have a billet reservoir. This is made for EM1. So if I can't get it to, here's the problem.
Why doesn't it fit?
No, it does. So this is a booster like for EM1, correct? Because it's way smaller, but watch this. I'd have to clearance this, but it's way smaller. So I'd have to just clearance that a little bit, but.
And then you gotta think about this. We just have to readjust this angle to like that. Oh, sorry, like that. Which is still fine. You have plenty of room.
But how close can it be to the master?
Mine was fucking really close to it, and mine was plastic. So I mean, I would say it would be fine.
If I take the cap off, does she fit for mock-up purposes?
Damn near.
Damn near.
It's close.
Well, here, I'm gonna just take this lid off so we can actually mock this thing up. So now, that guy will fit.
Perfect. Then we can get an idea.
We should probably put this on.
Really, like that would be fucking mint. And they just re-angle that collector a little bit.
So they would just
gate on the bottom.
cut this off.
Rotate that so the gate's on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then
Rotate the whole collector. So you didn't need a new collector then.
Nope, just rotate the collector.
You're a genius, Joshua.
And then fucking literally just change the angle a little bit on the runners to here. Put the collector here and it'd be mint.
Do you
got
think-
all the room in the world for a downpipe right there.
Well,
That's the spot.
how do I mock that up to where I don't have to bring this whole damn car there? All right, so here is the game plan. Unfortunately, the beautiful Speed Factory manifold, which if you'd like to pick one up, I'll go ahead and link it down in the description box below. That's gonna be modified. So they are going to, I'm not gonna do this here because I want this to look perfect. So the Fab Shop Ranch build is gonna take the collector, cut it off. We're gonna extend the runners. So the turbo placement's gonna be right about here. And I think I'm gonna have them do the downpipe as well. So the downpipe's gonna go out, and if the car's up in the air, I'll be able to show you better, but the only place for the downpipe and the exhaust to go is to the passenger side, so to the left of the T-case, in between the steering rack and the subframe. There's enough space in there to snake out a 3-inch. So that's the update on the turbo stuff. I got the harness ordered up that we needed, and this is what the harness looks like. It's just the universal K-series swap sub conversion harness. So it's gonna plug in here and then plug in back to the Haltech adapter. OBD2 is on there, relays for the fans, and then relays for the fuel pump is on this harness as well. The build might be at a little bit of a standstill until we get some of these parts in, but we're making good progress. So I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, latest Austin Apparel drops now live. Really appreciate you guys' support. Peace out, my good friends, and I'll see you boys in the next episode.